fam, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. My name is Duff, and as always, I'm here with my co-host, Jess. Just Jess.
Ju- It's always so disappointing when you say just Jess.
Hey, that's playing off the joke when I got called just Duff, so there's that.
Okay, that's fair. Fine. I'm sorry if you felt the same way I feel right now. That really hurt.
I did. It's a painful feeling, isn't it?
Well, you know what else is painful? Week 4 of HHN. My
Our
body.
old bodies are catching up to us.
Mm.
But that's a good thing about the event is we're still pushing through because it's worth it. It is well worth it.
Oh, yeah. This is not HHN 33 anymore, guys.
And I'm happy we are finally back to talk about it. But before we do any of that, follow us on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at HHN365 or TikTok at HHN365pod. Check out our Discord where you can discuss the event year-round if you'd like. That link will be in the description. Our merch shop at HHN365.com, where, reminder, we did release 2 new shirts this year that you're going to want to go check out. And if you want to leave us a voicemail to play here on the show, that is 407-906-4134. And on today's show, we are basically here to update you on all the happenings of the past 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Sorry. And then give you kind of our updated house rankings, finally give you our zone rankings. No show rankings. We'll talk about that.
Awkward.
No, sorry. But first, let's talk about a few of the things going on inside the parks, not surrounding those things. First of all, there is a signing event. Actually, there are 2 signing events that they have done in the past few years for the Artist Signature Series. The first one will actually be this Wednesday, so hopefully you're listening to this episode in time. I think you have a day. That is going to be September 24th. It's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m. at 5 and Dime. It's going to be the 4 artists featured on the Signature Series print. That is going to be Brian Beauregard, Luis Arazi, Jose Pardo, and Chris Gardner. So if you want to get that print signed and meet the artist, check them out then. The second date for you will be October 9th, also 4 to 6 p.m. at 5 and Dime. So 2 chances for you.
Nice.
Also, a fun thing that we did not know about at the time when we recorded right after opening weekend, Monday or Tuesday after, whatever it was. But they have started. We've heard about the Backlot Club. We knew that was a thing that was going to exist. We didn't know to its fullest extent what it would be. But basically, they have scavenger hunts you can complete after you sign up throughout the park. Basically, just go tap or scan your phone, and then you get to actually redeem for physical cards. And it looks like the plan is that they're going to do a card for each original. So far, they have done Sergio Navarro, they've done Moneybags Moretti, and they've done a Flesh Eater. And I believe the one this week, which we'll be able to pick up starting Wednesday, is Lila.
Yeah, my girl.
And they're actually really high quality cards. I'm shocked. They're big. They're like real, like playing card style prints. Like they're really nice to just give out for free, and I appreciate it. Universal thanks.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really easy to redeem. It's literally you put it on your Apple Wallet or your Samsung Wallet, and you just tap it, and then show them that you did it, and then you just go get it from 5 and Dime. So I love
Yeah.
it. I need to go get my money bags one, but I don't know if they still have was Sergio? No, Flesh Eater was first.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they still have those, but once you like get the one for that week, they'll ask you if you have the previous ones. So
Yeah, they're being very lenient with that. If they have leftovers from the previous weeks, I've only seen them offer that to people. Every time I've picked up a card, they've offered me additional cards, or I've been with someone who actually needed them and they were given the additional cards. So if you haven't gotten any of them yet, there's a chance that you could go on Wednesday and get all 4. So good luck if they still have them.
yeah, I need my money bags one. I literally looked at Duff and I was like, I'll just get it on Wednesday because I don't really need to worry about it right now.
No,
And watch it'll be the one that's gone.
seriously. I think if anything it would be Sergio.
Same.
And he's been there, so I think you're fine.
But they're so good. They have like 3D blood on them, kind of like a little raised.
Yeah. They're fully textured. They're large. They're gonna look great on like a frame. Is what I'm planning to do.
Ooh. I
Yeah,
might steal that
at the end of the
idea.
season. So I guess there should be what 8 of them. 8 of them.
Would it? Oh, yeah, I guess because Sergio would count for Origins as well.
Yeah. Or would they?
How
But I
many
think there
weeks
was
are
only from
left?
when they started. There'd only be 8 weeks, right? Or would
Would
it
it?
be 9?
It started week 3? No, 2. No, 3. So yeah, 2, 3. Well, no, we've already had our third card. So this week is the 4th card.
Mm-hmm. Which is the fifth week. So yeah. So I guess there'll be
There would be 9
9.
cards.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
every original, every
Yeah.
house in every zone.
Ooh, okay, so then my question is, you think it's Hatchet and Chain?
Oh, I feel like it's got to be. You can't just pick one or the other, right?
Right? But like, a duo card. That's the one that's worth the most. We're gonna start dueling with these in the park.
What's it? Just be a lava demon instead. No hatchet or chains.
Don't say that. I'll take the Undertaker guy in that room.
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him.
Yeah, it'll probably be
Grandma Haggerty on the card.
it'll be a lava demon, a llama demon, if you will.
I mean, honestly, I would predict it will be hatchet and chains on the card. I think
Yeah,
that makes the most sense. And
that's
like, it's kind of their house, so
well. It's also the llama demon's house.
I, the llama demon's house. Yep, sure is.
The llama demons.
Sure is.
I won't
And
call them lava demons now. They're llamas.
you have a lot to discuss about that house this week. I think
Oh God, don't like give away all my
that's a
secrets.
teaser to keep people engaged. I'm dropping hints and keeping people interested in our content. Yes,
Okay. Wow, you're sassy today. Jonathan's not here, so somebody's got to be
someone has to
sassy.
step in. Also, my body's sore, so I'm just naturally sassy right now.
God, I took an Epsom salt bath yesterday, and that couldn't even help me.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, we've gone basically every single night our tickets allow.
Literally.
So there's soreness for sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, one more bit of news before we get into the main talk of this episode. There's some new merchandise, Jess.
Oh yeah, there is. And boy, is it not what I asked for. We got a spirit. Well, okay. No. We got a spirit jersey. We got a fake spirit jersey, and it's FNAF. Yay. It's cute. It's not for me, but it's
that
cute.
that spirit in all lowercase.
But you know who did get a spirit jersey, Duff? Who got multiple spirit jerseys? Horror Unleashed in Vegas. Why? We don't know. Why don't we have one? I'm so mad.
I'm not even going to try to answer that question for you, but I'm sorry. I apologize that this has
And
happened to you again.
I'm kind of used to it at this point. They did give me a really good IP this year that I was asking for, so I can't be that upset. But again, we also still don't have the Jason hockey jersey on this coast, at least.
Which is strange because they got it in Hollywood, I think, literally this past week, right? They
Hmm.
just got it. So I'd assume it's coming soon, maybe this week.
I think we got the FNAF spirit jersey first, though, so it was like, I think we also got the plushies first because those are out now as well.
Mm-hmm.
The FNAF plushies with the glowing eyes,
Yep.
really cute. All the Hamikuma merch is here. I don't know if that was there yet when we had our last episode.
No, it definitely was not. Yeah, that came like week 3, I think, the start of week 3. And actually, just in the past couple days, they've added the shirt. It's just like a gray shirt with a huge Hamikuma print.
I love that stupid bear so much, but you can't use any discounts on his merch.
No, none. Not cast.
No
Not. Oops. Not team.
team. Oh,
Sorry.
oh.
Oop, not team member. Not AP. Nothing. Nothing qualifies. No discounts. Sorry.
Well, it's because it's an overseas character. We got to pay for those rights somehow, even though
Right.
it's a
Pay
universal
for the
character.
rights. Yeah.
I don't know the reasoning. I do want that keychain though. There is a really cute button set for Hamikuma that glows in the dark.
It is actually. I like it a lot. I mean, I like a lot of that merch, to be honest. I kind of like the shirt, but again, just like the Mel shirt, it's gray and like, do you know how much I sweat at HHN?
I do. I was yesterday. I think I was a pool just all day. It was so bad. I won't ever wear gray, so I get it.
And also, it's that like style shirt that it's like a heavier cotton, which I like. That's not a complaint, by
Mm.
the way. I love that. So it's like a little bit thicker, and it kind of has like the higher collar, and it's just more of like a modern kind of like street fit, if you will. And that's kind of the shirts I like. So I like it a lot outside of it being gray.
Have you like felt it yet? Because usually on those shirts, I
Hmm.
find that the print is thicker too.
It really, no, it didn't have, where like it feels like it's going to stick to you.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have that feel. No, it felt a bit lighter of a print.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. I did
So
see some merch is already on sale.
yes, the Little Boo shirt, I believe, is down from $33.99 to $28.99 or something like that.
Hey, plus your discount, find a team
Yeah.
member, you know?
And I mean, that's only after 4 weeks. We're not even halfway through the event yet.
My guess this year is just based on like the popular IPs, they bought a lot more than normal for certain things.
Oh, I'm sure. And I think they'd rather just have overstock at the end of the day
Yeah, we have a
than
whole
sell
store.
out halfway through the event and lose out on money.
Exactly. There's a store that they can put all the merch into. Because I
Correct.
don't. You think they're still going to do the garage sale?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Well,
I'm
they got
still
that plus their
they'll
own
still
store.
do garage sales. They have basically the same kind of store for team members, and then
Yeah,
hopefully they bring back the store for annual pass holders. They have ways to offload it and still make some money.
that's a good point. But yeah, the merch. There's always new merch. I feel like this has been the norm since like last year. Things
Hmm.
come in like waves, which also kind of makes sense for the tribute store this year because there's not a lot of space.
Correct. Yes, and in fact, there is something that has literally, since we last recorded, released and sold out already. So the cool stained glass 10th anniversary in the tribute store. Um, so they released a ornament for it, literally just the same design, the stained glass itself that they have, and it sold out immediately, and it has not come back, and that's been about a week at this point. So I don't know if it's coming back.
Damn, I really wanted it too.
Well, boy, do I have good news for you. You
No,
can't
it's
get the
not good.
ornament,
It's not good.
but they did release that on a poster as well.
I
Uh,
mean, it's good for the design. I like it, but you have seen my house. I do not need another poster.
no, but
So,
will you get it if it hits 70% off?
absolutely, if the ornament doesn't come back, because I've seen all those tribute stores, even if I wasn't going
Mhm.
to the event yet.
I'm pretty sure last year the tribute store poster, which was fucking great by the way,
Yeah.
one of the best designs they've ever made for a poster, in my opinion. There was tons of them on the final weekend, highly discounted. So maybe they printed less, so that doesn't happen again. But I'd expect them to be available when they have the very high end of year discounts, end of season discounts.
And I'll be walking out with one against my will, probably.
Yep, and have a team member help you as well.
Yeah, it'll be like a penny at that point, I hope. I don't there's probably other things we're missing, but, like, again, there's new shit every week. I can't think of anything
Yeah,
else, though.
I know a big thing is the art like plush keychain has now been restocked. That was out for basically since week 2 to this point, and it was just like very recently restocked. So that is back if you want to get your hands on that.
Ooh, I do really
Um,
like that. Also, I wanna give props to Universal. They saw the whole, like, Labubu, like, keychain explosion, and they really delivered this year with, like, Hamikuma, with art. They're really giving us a little accessories, and I appreciate that
mhm.
this year.
Yeah. Speaking of keychains, I think the Mel's it's either a new one or it sold out really early and came
It's sold
back, but
out.
there's sold out, right? The Mel's
Yeah.
keychain also came back. I thought I saw it earlier, like pre-event. I think it might have sold out like before the event or like opening weekend, and they finally just came back.
Yeah.
So they are restocking stuff. So maybe there is hope for that ornament, but that feels like more of an exclusive thing that potentially, if you didn't get it, you didn't get it. And hi, I didn't get it.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody on this I don't think Jonathan wanted it, let's be real, but
Yeah, fair. I think it was gone day one. Like it immediately went. Like basically before the event started, it was gone.
aren't you so happy you have a Santa art ornament and not the tribute store one?
Yeah, ecstatic.
Oh, that was fun. We did that since, recording.
Yeah, we did the scavenger hunt that Fear and Beer puts on with a bunch of other creators. And spoiler alert, I ended up buying a art ornament because we need to buy something, and it was cheap and small enough to fit in my little fanny pack. So bought that.
Yeah, and you will cherish it forever.
Sure,
It'll be on your tree this year, I bet.
it will. It surely will. The design's actually kind of cool. I like it.
It is cool.
Anything else about merch or anything not regarding our rankings and stuff to do with houses, zones, all that stuff?
Um, food's been consistent this year.
It
And
really has.
a different thing, we're gonna move over to that, but, like, food consistently this like, whatever you got on opening night, it tastes the same now, which is not always the case.
Hmm.
The portions are still the same, except the Ramblin' Rabbit cake, you never know what you're gonna get with that one.
No,
It
and
could be huge, it could
uh,
be half the size.
from experience, I think you want half the size, which
It'll
is
cut
crazy
the
to
same
say.
mouth up. Yeah. It's very good though, but yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
been very
tasty.
consistent. The cram tots, Fallout's still the food there is still some of my favorite.
I will say the only thing that is a little less consistent that I have eaten multiple of is the leftovers pizza, the spaghetti and meatball pizza at Louis.
Mm.
And that's just because sometimes the spaghetti, whether it has sitting out a little too long or was like slightly overcooked, gets a little crispy. but I don't mind a little crispy spaghetti anyway, so I like it either way. But yeah, the fresh stuff is a bit better if you can get that. But
Yeah.
so a little less consistent, but I like both versions of it, so it works.
I've only had it once, so I don't have anything else to compare it to, and it was a little crispy, and I was happy.
Hmm. Um, yeah, I guess that's about it then.
Wait, we have
Oh,
this is a 365 breaking news. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but we found it like a week ago. Over by the old entrance for Rocket, there is a full service
oh,
bar.
yes, yes. We were actually making content over in that corner, and the bartender came up like, "Hey, by the way, this is a full bar. If you want to stop by," we're like, "Oh, that's why these tables are here. Makes sense."
Yeah,
And I believe at the start of this past week, so week 4, they put an A frame that just says bar and has an arrow pointing out.
yeah. And there's
So
never really a line there, which is crazy
yeah,
because Artista always has a line.
yeah. So normally, like that's the thing we want to keep a hidden gem, but like, no, please, this is a bar. Go help those bartenders get tips. Go visit.
We want the bar to remain there, so
Hmm.
we have to tell you guys about this bar. Please
Correct.
go give those bartenders service so we can have that bar
Yes, please.
because we
It's
lost the Coke bar.
short line. It's very convenient. It's like in an
Mhm.
area where like there's really not a bar right there at all. I guess it's kind of close to Transformers bar, but still, whatever. I think it's a little dead area, so it's nice to have it regardless.
Yeah, and it's full service. They had the 2 event drinks, right?
Yes, they do 2 event drinks. It has like the full bar selection that they have at every bar at this point. Yeah,
So it's like the Transformers bar without the line.
pretty much. I just think no, it's is it no beer or I think it's just the beers that they already have at that stand.
Oh, well, the beer selection, as you've talked about, is not great this year anyway.
Yeah,
So
I don't want it unless it's Club Horror or Fins. I don't want the beer.
yeah, wait. I want to talk about Fins real fast. It is consistently shorter lines in there than I've ever seen, and I think it's because the general age of the event has plummeted this year.
I think it's that, and then also there are the full bars everywhere. Like everything is a full bar except Club Horror. So like you don't have to go to Fins to get liquor.
That's very true. It feels like old HHN
Yeah, it does.
again.
Because I mean, what is this? It was only like 2022 when we were finally like, oh man, they're loading up with full bars again, and there was like 2 of them or one,
Yeah,
and we were like ecstatic about that. And now it's like every single one is a full bar again. It's like, oh, that's awesome. And now Fins also has shorter lines. Great, win-win.
we're kind of spoiled now,
I know. Keep it going. Spoil me more.
honestly.
Come on, Daddy Universal.
Oh, Daddy Universal.
If
Okay.
they're gonna treat me like this, I'll call him Daddy.
All right. Well, I mean, hey, more bars. I would love a Blinky Cup next year, Daddy Universal. Are we
Yeah.
like
Figure out that whole exploding battery thing and get us Blinky cups again.
I did find out a fun fact about the cups that we both did yesterday. If you have the old Snap on Freestyle lids, they fit on
Mm,
this year's cup.
yes, they do.
I will be bringing one on Wednesday.
That is a very clever hack.
Yeah, because then, I mean, it's a lid. I can bring it in a house now.
That is true, isn't it?
It's closed. That's what our friend was
Yeah,
telling us.
that is true. Don't take that as gospel if they try to tell you
Right.
no, but it makes sense, right?
I mean, you did not hear it from me, but I will have a
Ju-
lid on my cup.
just in case, be ready to chug.
Always be ready to chug. It's horror nights. I mean, everybody will cheer you on too as you wait outside
Yeah,
the
of
house.
course, of course. All right. Anything else before we talk about House of Zones shows, sort of?
Not that I can think of, but something will probably pop in my head and I'll just blurt it out.
Perfect. So I think the best way to do this, of course, we are going to give our rankings. So we'll just go through our rankings and kind of any updates about the houses and stuff we'll get to as we talk about our rankings of them.
Sounds good.
So, Jess, you want to start out with shows?
Oh, I didn't even write those down. I haven't seen either of them.
Yeah, correct. That was the point. I have seen one of them, and it's one that I've already seen 95% of, and that's Hontophonic, A Ghoulish Journey.
Still hate the name.
Yeah, and I will say, did Jonathan see it before? Did he talk about it?
I
Or did he see it after? I don't think he did talk about it on the podcast.
I think you're right. I don't remember. I think we just blew past them completely.
Yeah.
Opening
So,
week.
spoiler alert: Jonathan was Ghoulish's like biggest fan, and Hontophonic has made him not like it. So it literally has changed like 5% of the show, and the changes in his opinion are all bad. So there, I told you Jonathan's opinion, and I agree with him. I don't think it makes it bad though. That's the difference. I think it's still like a good Lagoon show at the end of the day, but it is a worse version of Ghoulish. I think the biggest thing is like you notice that they're just basically trying to match up some new music in moments with what the show package was before. Namely, at the end, you may remember from Ghoulish, they played Blinding Lights, and it was a pretty fun moment for the show, a good way to close it out. They've replaced that with Don't Fear the Reaper, which is a song that I think is a great fit for the event in general. It is not a great fit when you use a remix that tries to match Blinding Lights' tempo.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't love that.
No. Don't love that at all. But again, overall, the show is a very fine Lagoon show. It's still nowhere near Marathon of Mayhem from 29 for me, but I do think it is still probably better than Carnage Factory from HHN 30. So there's that.
I don't even think about Carnage Factory as a thing ever. It just doesn't pop up in my head. But I will see Ghoulish this week, I promise.
Okay. I mean, it's so easy to see. Also, I noticed this year, my viewing, obviously, I can't just say off one viewing. This is always the case. But even when I've walked by before, it seems like a lot less people are like stopping to fully take in the show than they did in years past. So it's a lot easier to just kind of pop in and watch right before it starts.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, as you mentioned, Nightmare Fuel, you have not seen. I have not seen.
I don't think Jonathan's seen it either.
He has not. Sorry, Nightmare Fuel.
I'm
stands.
sorry, Mike Daniels. I'm so sorry.
I will see. I promise I will see it before the event's over.
Yes.
I keep saying every week is going to be the week I see it, and we're not going to say too much about why, but we had a phenomenal opportunity to see it this week, and we didn't. Still,
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So, but we'll see it. I promise. I promise. I've heard from multiple people that they like this year's changes. So making it better than last year. So that's cool, I guess. So I look forward to seeing exactly what those changes are, even though I kind of already know what they are. That's okay.
Yeah, I will say, and maybe this is just I'm not back at the new tents during like performances, but I don't hear like the screaming like I used to. But I just think that's my timing personally because I have had a lot more earlier nights this year.
Yeah, that's true.
So I need to try to do Galkin and Fallout like later and hear the excitement because that normally gets me a little bit more excited. But I haven't heard it, so I also haven't been drawn over there either.
I mean, do the lines for it tell you enough though? The lines
There's
are crazy
always a
for it
line.
this year. It is insane.
Yeah,
Insane.
it's to London, like all the way down the London facades.
And I think that's our biggest issue, right? It's like for the waiting, the seating, and then the show itself, it's like nearly a 90-minute commitment.
Yeah. And I need more than one drink for that.
Yes, correct.
But we will see it. We will promise.
We'll get there. So yeah, by default, my rankings are number 2, Nightmare Fuel, number 1, Hauntofonic. We'll see if that changes once I see Nightmare Fuel. With that, let's move on to the scare zones, which we did not rank whatsoever in our opening weekend review because just don't get to spend enough time in opening weekend, and we want to give them all a fair shake. So we are going to rank the zones and the street experiences. I could not think of the name together. So we're going to have a ranking of 1 through 6, starting with our number 6. Jess, if you'd like to kick us off.
Yeah. So mine is the Mel's Die-In Zombies. And I really love them. I love having them there. I think it's a really fun experience, but it's just a small corner. And there's only 2 skaters, and I was really hoping that most of them would be on skates, so that kind of makes it a little lower for me than another actual zone that I'll get into next, but I don't dislike it. I think the makeup has improved a lot too, because I definitely said I didn't love it opening weekend. But it looks a lot better. There's more details. They have like little brain like paint on them now. It's cute, but it's just there are much better things this year in the streets.
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback off you because my number 6 is also Mel's Die-In. And again, that's not knocking it. I think it's a very cool addition to the event. I love that it's here, and I hope it or similar things keep coming back to fill out the event. But at the end of the day, it's just like a completely not fleshed out area, just that has really cool experiences with the scare actors themselves,
Yeah.
which they're killing it. I like the music too. So like it has a lot of good going on. It's just like it's being compared to like fully fleshed out scare zones and then another street experience that apparently we like a little bit more. Which come on, at the end of the day we knew we would.
I know.
It's us.
Right. I'm not going to talk about that yet, but um, my number 5 is Origins. It's an entrance zone. It's better than most entrance zones I think we've had, probably that I've seen ever. But it's still just an entrance zone, and I don't agree with Jonathan's whole issue with the set piece down the minion, whatever the fuck it's called.
Mhm.
I when it is a clusterfuck, I just walk on the sidewalk. It's fine, but it doesn't bother me as much, especially now that I've spent more time in Artista. It fully does kind of look like the conservatory. Um, but it's still just an entrance zone.
Mhm. Well, shockingly, I'm piggybacking again.
Wow.
Origins of Horror is my number 5. I did not expect either of the street experiences to be above an actual scare zone, but if it was going to be any, it was going to be the entrance zone, which, again, I think it's a really well done entrance zone, especially compared to what we've had in the past. Not even talking about last year, compared to actual ones before that. This is a very good version. I still think it's also slightly a case of I don't spend a lot of time there just because of its location. So maybe as we get a few weeks deeper into the season, I spend more time there. Maybe it moves above our other street experience, but for now, it's down there. It's an entrance zone. It's cool. It kind of leads you into what the event vibe is. I think there are some fun scare actor experiences. Obviously, the crows can be a lot of fun. Other than that, it's
Mhm.
kind of chainsaws and honestly, really well designed costumes for like the rebar characters. Gargoyles are fun enough, but yeah, it's an entrance zone at the end of the day.
Mhm. Definitely better than what was it called last year?
Duality of Fear.
Duality with the meat flaps. The costumes are so much better than the meat flaps,
Way
and I
better.
love the masks on the chainsaws in Origins.
Yes, yes. I think honestly they have some of the best costume design of the zones, to be fair.
I would agree with that. I also think I need to spend more time in there. It's just so easy to avoid it.
It is. I mean, it's like you're walking into the event, you want to go do something. You're not stopping there. It also doesn't have space to hang out in unless you make it a point to literally kind of walk around it, like take little laps. Like you can't
Yeah,
just sit on a bench like you could in Hollywood or New York. It doesn't have a show moment like it has in Crooked Lane, right? So just tougher to take in fully.
that's a good point. Speaking of Crooked Lane, that's my number 4.
Whoa.
I don't know what it is. I've been talking about it on TikTok a lot because I have been doing the weekly rankings when we haven't been doing podcasts. Um, it it has turned into San Francisco times 10 for me by the house, and I get so much anxiety walking through there. The rest of the zone down Central Park, beautiful. I love it. The pumpkins are back. I love the storytelling with the costumes and how they all kind of stay in their areas
Mhm.
until the show moments happen and they're needed. But that cat house is never staffed. I usually only get like one cat, and that's okay. It happens, but there's 3 boo holes and I've never seen all 3 full. And then the house, I feel bad for the actors because they're having to play ops because you can't stand within like 10 feet of the house during a show moment. So they're making you push back, and a lot of them can't perform if they're not the one on the house because they're having to do ops because there's not enough ops in the zone for them.
Mhm. And yeah,
I feel.
even though I'm not talking about it yet, I will add on to that specific part. There is one ops team member out there, but their main job is to leave open like a pathway for the scare actors to be easily get out. However, sometimes they get distracted by a guest situation on
Mhm.
the other side, and then suddenly that hole closes and scare actor is trapped. So like only so much one ops member can do.
Yeah, and again, it's not even on them. It's just it's not staffed well enough for the actors,
Mm-mm.
and I feel for them. I do think the makeup in there is stunning. All of the masks, the transformation, like the gashes and the scratches on them, beautiful. But it has turned into San Francisco for me, and I hate that for Central Park because it's usually one of my favorites.
Hmm.
So I'm sorry, cat lady. I still love you.
Well, I am done piggybacking you at this
I
point
figured.
because my number 4, I'm going to go with the other street experience in Club Horror, which, I mean, very impressive for a street experience to be here at all, especially one that we had concerns about. Although we did know if it If it met its potential, it's something we would enjoy, and I think that's kind of where we're at here. Uh, First of all, it's like legit DJs, like not just standard theme park DJ. Not that the DJ themselves can't do better, but like they're usually limited a bit in theme parks, right? It feels like they just get to fully mix and have fun up there. The lighting's a lot of fun. I feel like the guests, from what I've experienced, and I've spent a decent amount of time there, are well behaved. They aren't really messing with the dancers. When they sit and dance and have fun, they get out of the walkway so it doesn't bottleneck, which I think is the biggest thing, right? For me, is that it's not bottlenecking like ever. The only time it does is when Nightmare Fuel dumps, and you could have nothing there, and that area is still going to bottleneck after Nightmare Fuel. That's just how it works.
Yep.
And also, on another spectrum, they have the best beer selection in the park by far for HHN. So I go there for a refill. I stand at one of the standing tables, go sit on the couches in the back, and I just kind of enjoy the vibe for a little bit.
You weren't supposed to tell them about the couches.
Listen,
We
I
talked
have
about
to.
that.
I can't keep everything a secret. I gotta be
We
nice.
told them about the bar.
Well, that was to help the bartenders.
Okay, but don't go to the couches. They're terrible.
Yeah,
So bad.
they're not even squishy. They're hard.
There's no couches actually. They took them away for week 5.
Correct. Right.
I'm gonna piggyback because that's my number 3, Club Horror. It's kind of crazy because I talked so much shit preseason, even though I knew I was gonna like it. It's like having a dead coconut in the park, which is what I want. I want to decompress when I'm waiting for things to die down, for wait times to go down, grab a drink, stand in there, go, what? To my friends trying to talk to each other over the music. And the DJs are on TikTok, one of them specifically, and they are so funny. They film up there in the booth, like themselves. And one of them was like, oh, can you play this? And it's him going, no. And it is just so funny for like to catch them like in full makeup. And then Art has been up there too in the last couple of days, up in the DJ
I heard
booth.
about that. Yeah.
Well, it's the only place he can hide from people.
That's true.
I know nobody listening to this is probably harassing Art the Clown, but I feel so bad.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's really bad. But Club Horror is fantastic. They don't play the Five Nights at Freddy's song. There's no 15-year. Well, there are some 15-year-olds that are dancing, but respectful. You can hear K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep.
That's a big one. Taylor Swift. Like at Horror Nights is crazy. So I love it.
Yeah. And also a thing kind of tying it back to Dead Coconut Club is something people love about it, but isn't always there, is the live entertainers. Well, the dancers are always here, and they are always giving a lot of energy too. So there you go. Always available for you.
And if you can check out their like masks in the daytime, there's like some really cool neon on there that I noticed the other day.
Yeah. Yeah. They actually did put some effort into these costumes, which is fun.
Yeah,
because they could have fully just left it as a complete afterthought.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, are they the most elaborate costumes in the streets? No, but more than I thought they were going to do.
Sure.
But I will say, this has been a conversation on some of our TikToks. Why do we not have dancers of both genders, all genders? I would love to see like a Nightmare Fuel-esque person up on that little platform. Not that the people are there aren't great, but I'd love some variety as well.
Not female presenting.
Yeah, just a thought for next year. We got to give something for everybody. The ladies are great, but
that's fair. No, you're right. Maybe it could sub in the season too.
Yeah, you don't know. I would also love to see something like that for like a Mardi Gras.
Ooh,
be kind of fun.
Honestly, it would probably do better at Mardi Gras than it does during HHN, because HHN people will come by, hang out, but they got other things to do. There's 10 houses. There's other scare zones. Mardi Gras, what are you gonna catch the parade? Go to some of the food booths? Like that's gonna be one of the biggest draws.
Honestly, yeah, and you still have the parade performers around for the little meet and greets, but also have like a little club area. A little Bourbon Street experience, if you will.
That would be really cool, actually.
Universal, I am available for ideas.
Boom. Send your payment to that HHN 365 on PayPal. Universal, thank you.
For my ideas specifically.
Yes. Correct. Yes.
We have to split my idea.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be Masquerade. I actually do really like Masquerade. I think the costume design is phenomenal. I think The way they have the scare actors interact with you is a lot of fun. I think it has a very cool show moment. However, this is where I'm going to tie it to the part why it's number three and not higher. That show moment is kind of the point where, if you remember in the description and lead up to this, they kind of said how, it's this masquerade, normal dance, and then the masks drop, they're vampires, and they come after you. That moment happens for about 5 seconds, and then the music switches right back to the Bridgerton music, and it's back to normal. So I think there's better utilization that was possible. I think if you fully would have switched up and kind of did, and again, maybe this is me expecting more than what was really there, kind of like what they did in Seven, how there is like kind of these two separate approaches. May the mask come off, and then they are literally vampires for half the set, or maybe one set's one set's the other. I don't know, but the show moment is really cool, and that kind of is anticlimactic though, because it just kind of goes back to nice slow music. And to me, the music doesn't feel like a contrasting like vampire scaring and masquerade. Or I'm sorry, it is contrasting. It doesn't, or it's conflicting, I guess is the better way to put it.
Mhm.
So that's my issue. It feels like they fully kind of clash with each other, and it doesn't lend itself to the balance I would hope for.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that at all, but it is my number 2, Masquerade.
Mhm.
But I really think my Hollywood bias is really strong this year. I don't know what it is. I like the costuming, like you said. I like the makeup. I love the little stage moments,
Mhm.
but I wish that I don't know. Okay, what I'm about to say might not make any sense, but I hope it does. I almost wish that the show moments were more important, almost like a vanity ball, where all the attention kind of shifts over and maybe we are kind of doing like a killing or a feeding because they're not really doing that, but there are victims in the street. So I almost wish that we had those little moments on some of the stages, maybe not all of them,
Mhm.
because we're only getting that. And I've only caught that little show moment in the center once, and it was towards the end of the 5 seconds.
Mhm.
So I don't even think I heard the shift in the music.
I
I
mean,
think it had already.
it's a very short show moment overall. To be fair, it's like maybe a minute and a half. It's not long whatsoever.
I will say the cast change for the Stilt Walkers is longer than that show moment.
Yes,
They do a little choreography, and it's really cool.
I like that a lot.
But
Um,
those stilts are also some of my favorite costumes in the whole event, the
mhm.
stained glass.
Funnily enough, I think if they literally just kind of did the show moment almost permanently, like that tone, this zone could be number one for me.
Mm,
That's how good this zone is. It's like it's very close to being like very high level zone for me. It's just missing a few pieces. But again, it's my number three this year, and for the past quite a few years, this is a guaranteed top two if it's in any of those years. So like it's a very strong zone. But there's a couple more this year that I'm into a bit more.
It's fair. No, I think it's my bias for Hollywood, and also the costuming in there is just it's beautiful. All of it. The colors, which this also kind of gives me Dark Zodiac, where you needed to see them in the daytime as well as the nighttime,
Hmm.
because a lot of the colors on the costumes get lost in the lighting.
Yep.
And there are some very bright, vibrant, ball gowns in this zone. And some of the male presenting actors as well have some of the cuntiest costumes I've ever seen at Horror Nights. The the one, is it the wolf stage or the cat stage? The last one, the
Hmm.
balcony. They have a metal wolf mask on and this sheer snake print almost shirt. It is so good. And all of the people that they've cast in the zone are all just hot in their own way. So I also think it's both of those things. It gives me the whisper of a vanity ball in that way, in the costuming, but in no other way.
Hmm.
And I think that's why it's also my number 2. I just need more show.
Yep. I
Chaos
agree with
is
your
winning out.
points. I do agree with your points too.
Thank you.
So my number two is going to be Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. I love that. Well, obviously we can just go to the set pieces. I think they're great. The vibe's great. They put the pumpkins back in the trees. Like you look down Central Park, you're like, oh fuck yeah, Halloween baby. Um, and I don't actually experience the same issue. I guess I experience the same issues as you with kind of the crowds. but I view it in a different way. So it really becomes a backup at the cat lady's house in that area. And it does get backed up, and you kind of have to squeeze through it sometimes. Um, but I will trade that all day to have that moment and then also not bottleneck Central Park, because walking through Central Park itself, I've had no issues. It's been easy breezy because
Mhm.
everyone's just going straight to the house. It like draws people in. So if you want to take more time within Central Park, get to kind of interact with those scare actors and take in those props more, very easy to do now. And if you want to take in the show, it kind of, the crowds rotate a bit. You get moments where you'll see people start to leave and everyone follows, and then it fully opens up for a moment so you can kind of go up to the front. And I think the cycle's probably about 15 minutes, typically 15-20 minutes, if you want to get through all the little show moments on the stage. And they're a lot of fun, to be honest. I think the little mini house experience can be inconsistent based on how it's staffed, but fun when you get at least two in there at a time. So yeah, there's a lot to like about the zone for me, and I just don't really have an issue with the backup at the house so much. Although sometimes it's annoying to have to squeeze through. Overall, I'll take it.
I think I need to look at it from that approach and just take more time in Central Park because I am normally rushing somewhere else.
Hmm.
And that's my problem. I'm trying to get
Remember,
somewhere nobody else is.
there's a whole zone before that moment that you can still walk through and take in and enjoy.
That's fair. And that is my favorite part of the zone. It
Hmm.
just feels like trick or treat again.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. Sorry, cat
Um,
lady. Maybe I'll like you
Also,
next week.
I forget we didn't talk about this before, though. So some of these small things weren't already mentioned by us, but the progression of the scare actors from, if you start walking into Central Park, like from La Bamba, um, it's just like trick or treaters with the masks, and they slowly transform uh, into cats. So like you kind of have, oh, cat arm on this one, and then oh, this one's kind of almost fully a cat, and then as you get closer to the house, full cat costumes. So it fully tells a progression throughout the story as well. So I just think it's a really well done fun zone that has the vibes, has the story. Scare actor design is great. Show moments are a lot of fun. Kind of wins all around. But I still only number two somehow.
I mean, but the zones this year compared to the last, what, 3-4 years are.
I'd go further than that, to be honest. I think this is the strongest zone year across the board since, I honestly, I don't even know, like a minimum of 7 years, and probably longer than that. Like having a top three this strong, I can't think of the last time I've had that.
Yeah.
And I
No,
really
you're
liked
right.
31 overall for zones. I thought it was a pretty good year for zones, and I still think this is a stronger year for zones overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're spoiled this year. God.
Hmm.
Speaking of spoiled, we have the same number one.
We do, obviously.
I mean, it's mutations. It's
Toxic
th-
20s, baby.
this is, I feel like, the 365 in a zone. A little chaotic, a little toxic, a little silly, a little gabagool. The
Little
Italian
gabagool.
rats are my favorite. It's so good. I love everything about this. I even like the reused masks and costumes from previous years.
Hmm.
I think that they're perfect. We have Taffy in there. We have, is it a Scolder? Is that what it's called? Mole, whatever it's called from
Uh,
Scary.
yes, yeah.
I always forget that name. I always want to call it a Mulder because it's Mulder and Scully from, or whatever the fuck, from X-Files. But it's so good. It's so good. Silly, the stages, the show moments. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Moneybags Moretti, you're great. I love that we know your name now.
We knew it was in the podcast.
Okay, that's true. But the podcast, that one was so fast paced, which I liked, but I need to listen to it again, honestly.
You really do, because you just caught on to recently, I believe, is that the car crash scene has kind of the podcast happening right in front of you,
Yeah,
like
I was
on the
kind of
truck
ignoring it.
bed.
And it's literally the driver and it's the same voice from the podcast.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh shit. I this week I feel like I really finally like looked at the zones with like open eyes." My blinders were off for 34 starting and now I was like, "Oh, we're settling in this week for me."
Hmm.
And I love mutations. So,
I will say this is only very slightly above Crooked Lane for me at the moment.
mm,
I think while Crooked Lane tells a great story, For this one, you really kind of do have to listen to podcasts if you really want to get the full story, right? Like you aren't going to just pick up on all of it on your own, most likely, unless you spend a lot of time there and interact with the scare actors, kind of asking questions. So I'd say it doesn't quite have that level of storytelling, but still a lot of fun. Listen to the podcast; it elevates it a lot. I think the color palette looks phenomenal across the zone. I think the show moments are just very small, concise, fun little things that really don't cause a buildup of a crowd because they come and go so fast. Um, the props out there are great. The scare actors are fucking eating it up. They love these characters. You can tell, and how they get to play with the whole like I'm green, Jess, your green hair. Like any
Yeah.
way they can kind of tie that into anyone, they make it work. Um, it just has everything going for it. It's firing on all cylinders. Maybe Cat Lady passes it sometime in the event. Maybe these go back and forth. I think they already have. Like if you had asked me week 2, I think Cat Lady would have been number 1, and now it's kind of switched back. So we'll see. But right now, this is my number 1. It's a great time. Go back to the Speakeasy, the Black Cat Lounge, I believe it's called.
Hmm.
Very cool little place to grab a drink that you're still fully in the vibe of the zone, which I think is such a cool thing.
Honestly, yeah. I like that. I think that might be my favorite utilization of Sting Alley now
Yeah, I agree.
with the zone.
I
Like
agree.
it matching, not being an IP, food booth or whatever. It's so fun. There's a wall, so you're kind of like, can I even go back there? And then you
Hmm.
go back there and it's one of the better bars with like the I guess event drinks, but I really like it. Yeah. And if you wear any amount of green, like I said, it is kind of funny. I've been threatened so much in this zone.
So much.
So much. I can't. I have walked through a couple of times. I need to wear a hat, I think. But it's been just like axes to my face, and I'm just like, okay, sorry.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. They got me too, man.
And I
It's so
think there's something about the lighting that allows them to get really good scares. Like I notice a lot of people getting fucked up in this zone compared to the other ones. I just think it's
fun.
the way the lighting is. They're able to kind of hide in the shadows a bit and use that to their advantage.
They use the billboard really well too,
Hmm.
because you can walk through it or walk around it, but there's always somebody around. It's really fun. Oh my god. I can't believe I feel this strongly about zones again.
Yeah,
It's refreshing.
isn't it great?
It is, honestly. Oh, I love it. Can't wait for you to
And
come back from your West Coast trip and tell me about all the
mm,
zone.
yeah, right. And then we did round out our zone and street experience ranking, but do want to give a shout out to someone not in our rankings. That's the Chainsaw Horde in Simpsons because I love having them back. They are a lot of fun and they are fucking eating it up being back.
That is also probably one of my favorite chainsaw hordes. Just the group of them, they play off each other so well. They're back to like utilizing the bridge for scares again. That's really fun. They're just kind of killing it. And there's a lot of them in the cast.
Yeah, it feels like a very big cast, and they really do fill out all of Springfield. Like from the moment you walk in by Bumblebee Man Tacos all the way to the bridge, they are plenty of them packed throughout. They're having fun. They're scaring. It's a good time.
Yeah, a lot of vets are in that zone too. I think we mentioned that before. So they're really good at scaring.
Hmm. All right. Well, with that, should we hop onto our house rankings, where we'll talk about some updates to the houses along the way?
Yeah, and before we start, I would like to say that this has been the most shift for me from, I mean, week 1 to now, but even week 3 to now.
Yeah, yeah. There's been a lot of movement. Ooh, I just looked back at what my rankings looked like for opening week, and there were a couple shifts more towards what I had, and there was a couple that are way different. So let's see. Let's see what happens here.
Would you like to start us off?
Yeah, I can start us off this time. So starting us off with number 10, where I have no movement at all. It is still Jason Universe. It is simply not what I'm looking for in a house, and I completely understand why a lot of people have it high. At the end of the day, this is a haunt, and I think it is a way to deliver scares for sure. I don't like the lack of scare design personally. It feels just like standard boo holes for the most part, with a couple assorted windows. Um, so it's just not for me. But I fully understand why people do like it. It's just the opposite of what I want in a house. Scenic is a bit of a letdown for me. Again, scare design is not my favorite. I like the show moment with Pamela in the transition. I think that's good utilization of that space, so that's fun. Um, and again, the gauntlet just it's not what I'm looking for in a house. So unfortunately, this is the easy number 10.
It's fair. As someone who's done the house with you a bunch, you get nothing out of it. I've
Mm-mm,
noticed.
mm-mm.
Not a scare, not yeah, I get it. My number 10 has changed from the last time. Not by much, but it is FNAF. And that's
Oh,
just it's fun, but I actually after this week I had better runs of other things and saw a bit more detail and a little more intensity from what something I'll get to next, but FNAF is just fun. I'm also somebody who doesn't love the movie. I've been over this a million times. It's fine. I will say we do have updates this week. Foxy's working again, or working now finally, sorry,
mm-hmm.
in Orlando. Yeah, he's working, whatever that means to you. And then the cupcake that kind of like chases is his name Mike? I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Like the security guard. He works like halfway, kind of.
Although apparently has fully worked, we just haven't seen it.
Oh, well, maybe I'll try on Wednesday. We'll see. But this is also another hard one to like run multiple times
Mm-hmm.
because of the weights. So for me, I'm not it's my least run out of all the houses this year because I have been tracking. I'm surprised I've been doing so well at that.
Oh,
But yeah, I normally by week 2 I've given up, but
I never
th-
even tried. No, no, thanks.
I was really curious this year because of WWE. I really wanted to see the numbers for me personally, like
That's
how
fair.
much different everything was. And FNAF is like my least run by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good. And if you're into the property, a lot of people are loving it, and I love that for you. But it's just fine.
Yeah. So my number 9, I have a feeling we have the same number 9, is Fallout.
Yep.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, same thing as it was opening weekend. I think scenically there are some cool moments, but for the most part, doesn't blow you away at all. I think it has interesting pacing, especially if you've watched the series and know what's going on. It feels like a huge underutilization of the ghoul, not just in I don't see him enough, but I think there could have been better moments to use the ghoul, and grander moments for the ghoul, if you will. Um, it feels unnecessarily tight at points. It just for me doesn't have too much going on. It only beats Jason just because I think it has more stuff that I'm looking for. There are more interesting scare moments. There are more interesting kind of show moments on their own, and then the scenic alone can put it above. So definitely not an amazing house, but it does beat out Jason for me.
Yeah. This is the highest it's been for me since
There you
we've
go.
started the event. So yay, Fallout. I'm really proud of you guys. They did change the super duper mart scene. In what week 3, I think?
Mm, hmm.
Week 3.
Yeah,
So
I believe so.
where they used to have ghouls behind like plexiglass, they now have like broken out and they can actually like scare you and reach out to you. That was
Hmm.
a good change. I also think it leads up to that Lucy kind of getting you a little bit better if you're not like aware that she's going to pop out. Because
I
before
agree.
it used to just be a hallway. They would
If
bang on the glass and she would
if
pop out.
that Lucy's there,
Okie dokie. Or no,
no,
sorry. That's
that's
my
I
I want
need
my
my
organs. Yeah.
organs.
Sorry, it's her one different line in the house. But I agree with the ghoul, obviously. Come on. This house does not got that gog in him at all.
No, need more
There's
Gog.
3 gogs, I think. 3? Yeah.
Hmm.
3 gogs if they're all there. And why did they light them so poorly that you can't even tell it's the ghoul half the time?
The ghoul has like one, what could be a really good moment, but kind of tucked so far in a corner that it doesn't have that, and I it just doesn't do enough. There needs to be more to it, maybe more frequently, because it's easy to miss. Like
Yeah.
on any given walkthrough, like the reset feels like it takes too long, maybe or something. But yeah, very disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I've only caught that ghoul in Philly, I think,
Hmm.
specifically once in my 7 run throughs this house. Um,
Yikes.
so yeah, same with the finale one in the battle. The battle is also just very underwhelming to me.
Oh, just the mirrored hall.
Yeah.
And the so there's before you walk into that, you do have the prior ghoul across from the T60. Um, and it's so dark in there. He like comes out and like, oh, I think you're the ghoul, right? I mean, I know you are, but like I can barely see you, bro. What's going on? Why you hiding in the dark like this? Then you go into the next room and it's literally just like strobes and mirrors, and the ghoul jumps out for like half a second. It's
Yeah.
like, am I allowed to see you or no? Is that like against the rules?
Right, considering they made such a big deal about using, like, Walton Goggins face scans
Mm-hmm.
for these masks, and then I can't even get close enough to look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some FaceTime with my man. And they just won't. And I don't know. That is my biggest problem with it. But I do know that a lot of people have been ragging on this house, so I don't want to rag on it too much. But it, if you're in it and you're listening, we appreciate you. You have brought this property to life for people who really care about it. I've gone through the house with people who love it.
Yep, for sure.
We're just not those people.
All right. With that, I guess I'll go to my number 8, and this is kind of the end of where it's all been the same for me. My 8, 9, 10 have been the same since opening night, I believe. Even like I had my opening. No, just since opening weekend. Okay, but since the end of week 1, I've had the same 8, 9, 10. So my number 8 is Five Nights at Freddy's. It, technically impressive still. I'm happy they have the additional effects working now, or at least sort of working, although I think they are both pretty underwhelming. Maybe when Cupcake fully moves, it'll be cooler, but kind of the half movement was not what I was expecting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's also very immersive, scenically impressive, technically impressive. Uh, it's not the best Halloween Horror Nights house you can build, but I do think as just like an immersive walkthrough experience, um, it's really cool. And I think especially I walk into like the security guard room, and it is so immersive that it's almost like fully nostalgic of like my childhood, just like the 90s feel of everything in there. That specific room just fully transports me. Is it the most impressive moment? No, but it is just insane how it teleports me somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree with that. What number are we on? 8?
8.
Okay, sorry. My number 8, which has fallen, this is the lowest he's been, is Jason Universe.
Hmm.
And I think if I am now putting Jason Universe this low, that should tell you all you need to know. Um, it's just not a fan service house. As somebody who loves Jason, that's my guy. I've talked about it now for however many months that it's been a rumor and now reality. There is no fan service. There are no iconic kills in this house. There's not really a story even being told. I love the middle section of the house, like you said, with Pamela outside. I wanted more of that in the house because that felt fan service. Same with like the first room with his shrine and everything. But other than that, there's no iconic kills. There's no really. I haven't caught Baghead Jason in there. Is he in there?
Yeah, he's in there.
He's in
I've
there.
seen
I
him.
haven't
Mhm.
caught him, but also sometimes the gauntlet is just not friendly to me. I get very overwhelmed in that gauntlet. It's very scary, so I will agree with that. Jason is the scariest house this year for me, which actually might be passed by something else after this week. But if you're looking for scares, this is your house. It is not Insidious times 10 though, at all.
Yeah, some people think it is. So I mean, if that's what works for you, I'm glad this house delivers.
Yeah, but as someone who literally could not get through Insidious, I never got desensitized to Insidious ever. And I'm already desensitized to like 90% of the houses this year.
Hmm.
Um, Jason, I feel like I will very soon stop getting scared. It just
Hmm.
kind of feels like that for me,
Fair.
which is okay.
All right. So my number 7, I'm gonna hit my first original on this list is Dolls. Let's Play Dead. It's a house that since opening week I've been like, man, I just can't get that good run. And while I think I'm still struggling to kind of get the perfect run, I've definitely got better runs, and I think I'm just realizing the house isn't exactly what I expected or wanted it to be. I think there are a lot of individual fun moments. I think, like the electrocution moment, kind of two separate ones right next to each other, are both really fun. I think there's some cool scenic moments, like walking into the dollhouse. I think kind of following the story of the rat, even if sad as can be, uh, it's really cool to follow along. There's some really cool character design. I think just all coming together, it doesn't fully work for me. I will say number 7 takes like a huge leap in level above number 8. So don't look at this as like it's just above FNAF. It's like many steps above FNAF for me. But out of like all the houses that I think like, oh, these are good houses, this is definitely the weakest of them. I want to like it more. I just think at the end of the day, it is what it is, and there's nothing else for me to reach for and find, unfortunately.
You know what's crazy? It's also my number 7.
Oh,
And I loved it opening week. But I also think that for me, like you said with FNAF, it's just all nostalgia. And that only carries me so many weeks in the event.
hmm
And now I am also seeing, even on like a fully staffed run, it's not hitting as hard as like everything else above it. But like you said, 7 is not bad. 7 compared to last year is like 1, honestly, for me.
I mean, honestly, if you put dolls last year, it's guaranteed top 4,
Mhm.
probably more like 3. So like it's a huge jump in quality still. It's just kind of a strong year.
Yeah, and that is I don't even wanna use the word downside for this house, but, like, it is such a strong year. So compared to even the house next door to it, like, it's just not hitting the same now. But for me, it's, like, full nostalgia. We get to walk into an Easy Bake Oven. All of the dolls in there are wearing, like, iconic Barbie outfits or, like, hints at iconic Barbie outfits from, like, my past,
hmm
and that's really cool. Um, and this ranking has nothing to do with the rat and my evil opinions on Lila. I love her, but she's evil. I do love the story with the rat, how you see its tail ripped off in the beginning, then it's in the tea party. That puppet is also relentless. It comes out so
It
far
does.
that I feel like I'm gonna get knocked over half the time. And then you have the teddy bear that's actually been there more consistently now too, which has helped.
hmm
The clown in that house is also one of the scariest scare
Oh,
actors this year.
gets all up in your fucking face.
And normally actors like that who they live in the scene are not scary to me because I can see them.
hmm
But that motherfucker follows you out of the room and, like, throws his hula hoop at you. But it's just I also feel like it's short. I don't know
It does
why.
feel short.
Right, it feels like Goblins last year for me.
I don't know if it's actually short or if it's more just how it's kind of paced,
Mhm.
but it does feel short.
Yeah, and then was it last night where the first, like, half of the house wasn't staffed for us?
Yes,
Which
it
normally
was.
happens after Stay and
Yes,
Scream, but that was, like
it was.
there's
It was
already
pretty rough.
there's already not that many scare actors in the first, like, third of the house, and to not have any of them in there was like, "Ooh, what's going
hmm
on?"
Yeah.
But I still love you, dolls. 7 is not bad.
All right. So let's go to my number 6, where I don't hate me. People who know this already know this, but Terrifier is my number 6. I think it's a really fun utilization of the IP at the end of the day. I think it is a fun IP house overall. Um, it just doesn't hit everything for me. I think it feels too comedic. It does have some gore moments, obviously, the bleach scene, kind of very disgusting. Uh, I think disgusting is more the word I want to use in a lot of the house. It's not just like gory, visceral kills. It's just a lot of disgusting stuff. And like take away the kills, like just the bathroom scene. Like the disgusting thing is like the toilets themselves and the scent, and not like the actual kills that I should be taking in that are disgusting. So it just leans too comedy heavy. At the end of the day, art can kind of carry a show himself and make it a fun experience, and that does happen here. I think all the arts um, really embody that character very well. Um, I think there are cool moments. I think using the vortex tunnel and having it like ripped and burning is hilarious and kind of a meta HHN joke because, of course, Art would have the vortex tunnel and destroy it. Um, it has a lot of cool shit. Like it really does. It's just not the tone I want.
That's fair. I'm not ready to talk about it, but
I figured.
I
And
mean,
sorry,
6 is better.
sorry, people are mad at me for that. Specific people. I don't care what random people think, but there are specific people mad. I'm sorry. Stop hating me.
Art's gonna get
No,
you.
Art doesn't talk to me.
Art's gonna get ya. um, my number 6, and I feel like I should say don't be mad at me, Duff, but it's Grave.
How dare you?
And it's not for anything bad at
How
all.
dare We're the Grave Crew, and
Listen,
you put it at 6.
I am still a Grave of Flesh apologist. I am here. I love it. I think that it is great. Again, I think in any other year it would probably be top 4. But it only fell one spot from last week for me personally. But there's just other things that are hitting better. But the things I do love about Grave, the story, we know it's purgatory. It's been confirmed. My theory was right. I don't know about the ending though, with the one on the DJ platform, my Jesus Christ Superstar moment. But you pointed out the bone grinders that I did not catch. I thought they were just like club pillars, you know. Um, it's a really fun house. You got to give it a chance, but it's very high concept. So I also understand people not fucking with it.
Yeah. I will say also, to their credit, it is high concept and also doesn't tell it clearly.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, oh, sorry, it's too much for you to get. It's like, it's a lot to get and doesn't make it easy to get.
But we don't have to get everything.
No,
Art
you don't.
sometimes is just not Art the Clown. Art itself, art is just meant to be enjoyed, and that's how I feel about Grave. I just have a great time every time I run through it. And we found out that the flesh eaters are based off a star-nosed mole, not a rat. Still haven't looked them up, but apparently they love to fuck shit up with their little claws. So,
AKA a knuckle grunt.
Shut up.
Anyways, how dare you put it at number 6? Anyway, my number 5 is Grave of Flesh.
Oh, fuck you! I knew it was coming. How dare you, Duff? How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, basically, same as Jess. I think it is one of those concepts that if you do not like this, I get it. I understand why. It tries to clearly tell something, and if you don't grasp it, we don't even know if we're grasping it correctly, to be honest. We've just kind of latched on to what we think, and we're running with it, and it makes it work. I get it. Like, I could see why it just kind of sucks. It feels like a lot of reused moments, too, from previous houses. And if that bothers you, then this house is going to bother you. However, I think starts with a great facade. I think it's kind of a fun exploration into death that's left very open-ended and kind of lets you interpret it how you will. I think it gets intense. I like the changes in environment and fully shift in vibe, I guess, into like a club at some point. I enjoy that stuff. I think it has some very solid scare design involved. Just has a lot of things going for it. I don't think it's a fully cohesive house, and that's why I can't really put it much higher. But I have a lot of fun in it, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So it's my number 5.
Yeah, I agree. I need to run through it again this week. I didn't do enough runs last week.
I'll make sure you do. I'll come with
I know you will. Thank you. Nobody else will.
They're like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. You have fun.
Jonathan and Eugene just boo.
I know.
Every time we suggest it, no. Boo. My number 5, which I don't know. I feel like people are going to be mad at me. It's Artista. I, again, this week did not have great runs. I didn't have great runs the last week either. Better runs than I think in like week 2 and 3 because staffing again. The originals will always fall behind the IPs when they need staffing, and we know that. So they will pull people to put them into the IPs. So the originals sometimes suffer, but this house is so pretty, and it is just everything I love. There are so many fun effects. That little apparently people aren't catching it, but it hits me every time I walk through. There is a tripwire that like tickles your legs, and it will always make me jump out of that room. And then there's an actor right on the left that then shoves me into a wall, and then there's another one that shoves me into the other wall, and then that other actor that got me on the left has another boo hole. So I am always like pinballed through that little hallway because of the tripwire, and I know it's there, but it gets me every time. But I love the facades. I love the second facade that we see. That courtyard is like probably one of my favorite scenes this year. And like seeing the story of the previous inhabitant jumping off and everything, and the wisteria and the cups, and I could keep going. I'm sorry it's number 5, but like my top 4 is really strong this year. But I love Artista so much.
I am actually very disappointed because I have to piggyback off you and put Artista at number 4.
Oh.
Yeah. I will say, before I get into any of the details, this is one of those houses where if the runs start to really pick up and get consistent, it could jump all the way to number 1. Like, it is in that range. My top 4 kind of, this is the level where it's like all of these could be number 1 if things go right for them. They are all kind of at a level where that is possible. But I kind of have the same issue where, like, I think not only am I not getting good runs, I think the way it's designed can make it be tough to get good runs.
Oh.
Um, and we talked about this for the opening week episode. I think a lot of the story and how you follow it is based off the scare actors being there and having specific moments while you're next to them. And if that doesn't happen, you missed a piece of the story. Next time, oh, missed that piece of the story. So it's very run dependent house. I think pacing is a tad slow. I do think the story is great, though. I think it is scenically one of the most beautiful houses ever built, potentially top 3, I'd say. I mean, it could even be closer to number 1, like it's possible.
Hmm.
Um, like absolutely gorgeous. I think there's such fun moments. I think the utilization of the zipline scare actor is phenomenal. I love how you can meet him at 3 different moments. I think when you get into the courtyard, there's a really fun kind of opening scare on your left that can pinball to the right. The statues that move, like I think that whole area is just phenomenal. Basically, once you walk in and see the mother in the mirror scare, all the way through the courtyard, just phenomenal. Like
Yeah.
I love all of that so much. Which all the way we picked up that there's an additional story in there that I did not understand of the previous family. When you see their portraits, the mother had moved them there, planted the wisteria, which is poisonous, killed her family, and then jumps off the balcony in the courtyard, which you
She was an
see
artist.
in the window as like a projection. And then there's a glass shatter that is her jumping out into the courtyard and dying.
Yeah.
So very cool, like secondary story there that you don't just immediately pick up on at all. You kind of have to be told, to be honest, but you might be able to get some of it on your own. But anyways, yeah, I think there's such deep story, and as we've seen previously, that can cause issues to a house, and I think that does happen here. Um, but what really kind of puts it down for me is that being a slight issue, and then I can just never get the intense runs. And you can see in that like final third of the house, it is built to get intense, 100%. I just never get it.
Yeah. And then a minor change, only in a couple houses, but sometimes they'll make what was a scare actor into a static figure. And
Hmm.
this one, in that final conservatory, there is one actor that is now a mannequin, but I actually kind of like the change because I can never tell.
Yeah.
And then there is an actor that still pops out, so it kind of gets you a little better now.
Yeah, it's actually I think a good change because it's fully used as a decoy now.
Yeah.
Before, like if the scare actor wasn't there, and I think that was the most frequently missing, completely missing scare actor in the house. Um, it was just one simple scare on the right, and now at least that space can be used as a decoy for the actual scare.
Yeah. But no, I agree with everything you said. It's just so pretty.
Hmm.
God.
Hmm.
My number 4, which has now fallen, and this is the lowest it's been, and Art's gonna be mad at me too, but it's Terrifier. I still think that's very high. 4 is like you said,
I don't
my
think Art's
top.
going to be mad at you. Don't worry.
I don't know because it was my number 2,
That
like
is a,
going
yeah, that
real
is a drop. That is a
strong.
drop. Hey, at the end of the day, my Terrifier went up, so remember that.
Hey, hey, hey! I still love this house. I still think it is one of the most fun I think I've ever been in. Like just enjoyable from start to finish,
Hmm.
and all of the arts have embodied like this character to a T. And
Hmm.
it is just so fun to the point where sometimes I'm like, "Do I know you?" Because they're really giving you, like, full everybody is getting that interaction, every single person. Like, I got to take my cousin through this house. They have no idea about this property. They've never seen a single movie. They didn't even know who Art the Clown was, but left the house having such a fun time because the actors really make it personable. And I think that that's why it's, like, always gonna be in the top for me because I don't love these movies. I do love the character, but they've done such a good job at just letting Art the Clown shine,
Hmm.
and that's my favorite part, and honestly, I've also caught the roaming art in front of the facade a lot recently, and that adds another level of interaction for it.
for sure. And to add to the fun, there's one moment, Clown Cafe. No matter what kind of mood or how tired
Yep.
I am always going to clap along and bounce, no matter what. Like it just forces you to. Like the fun just hits you.
Yeah, you literally can't. There was one day where I think the day where we got like stormed on,
Hmm.
and I was not in a great mood. I was soaking wet, and I was like, "Well, I got to
Yep.
dance. If I don't dance, I'm gonna disappoint Art the Clown."
That's the exact
Like,
night I was thinking of. Like I was like, I am miserable. It just downpoured on me. I am cold.
yep,
I hit the Clown Cafe and I was
all
dancing
of
along
us, the whole
immediately.
row of like 10 of us, were all just like, "Well, we look like we jumped in a pool, but Art the Clown says clap."
Hmm.
So
So I do it.
I also didn't realize that that was supposed to be the revolving tunnel.
Hmm. Yeah.
When you said that, everything made sense. See,
Yep.
this is why I like going with Duff and Jonathan, because my ADHD, sometimes I cannot I cannot process things. I can tell you, Grave of Flesh has purgatory in the middle of it for some reason, but I could not tell you that that was the revolving tunnel.
Yep.
I just thought that Art the Clown was just, I don't know, an arson.
Well, that is our vortex tunnel, not vortexing.
I kinda like it because last time we saw it,
Oh,
yup.
yeah,
You
that,
know,
that house.
well, you know what? I will say, it's nice that it is appearing somewhere this year in a better place in a
Yeah,
better year.
there you go. Now you can have fond memories of it again,
Yeah.
or only memory, because that was your only one before, right?
Yeah, I'd never seen
Oh
it
wow, yeah, it's
before,
crazy.
which is good because they fucked me up. But yeah,
Uh,
Terrifier number 4.
so my number three, and I actually like just made this update like on the spot right before we recorded. Uh, is Wyatt Sicks. So it was number two, literally every week until now, and that is just the strength of another house that is propped up. But I think Wyatt Sicks again. I said it last time. Top four could all be number one. We'll see how the season finishes. It is super consistent. I think the scares are a lot of fun. Um, I really have no updates to how I feel about this house. It's like Horror Nights to a T, in my opinion. And just keep fucking doing what you're doing in that house because it's great.
Yeah. My number 3, and this is the highest it's been, the entire run, and this is my most changed, is Hatchet and Chains, Demon
Mm.
Bounty
I
Hunters.
remember 2 weeks ago you didn't like the house,
I
basically.
hated it. I hated it, actually. I thought that it was designed really well, but I never had a good run. I was comparing it to Goblins from last year, which also never had a good run. But wow, I'm convinced that some of those motherfuckers listen to our show, and I'm personally being attacked now in this house because you've seen it, Duff. I'm like cowering in fear now through this
Yes.
house.
Yes.
It is intense. They have solved a lot of the casting issues where a lot of them were not there. The holes were open. Consistently getting the story now, because I probably couldn't tell you the story before last week because it wasn't being told well in front of me. I knew it, but I didn't see it. And now I fully see it from start to finish. Eugene and I got to do it alone on Saturday during Stay and Scream. There was nobody with us. And that was Insidious for me, pretty much.
Hmm.
It was so good. The fact that I know that the horse was broken at one point, but now Hatchet is fully riding it again, throwing that hatchet. It is so good. And I take back everything I said. I am a very big Hatchet and Chains fan now.
And I think a big part of that too that you didn't mention is the scenic because I think, and I understand why, and I've seen other people say the same thing. Is their first several runs they didn't understand the depth that this scenic has because it's
Yes.
kind of a darker house and it has your eyes just a bit lower, so it's tough to fully grasp that. But once you have done it a few times, you can start to look around more. Holy shit! It really does kind of put you into a small town.
Yeah, and you are rounding corners, and it is a Dylan Koloff house, so we can see set pieces in other parts of the town from other parts, but it's I, almost in a different way than we've seen it maybe
Yeah, it's
before.
not Dead Man's Pier style.
Yeah, not Blood Moon. It's nothing like that, but you can see like the essence of Dylan Koloff in here, but you don't get it on the first couple runs. And I also think it's because we walk straight into the action in a building. We don't walk in and see a facade like we normally do in his houses.
Hmm.
So we walk, I think it's the bank we walk into or the train station, whatever it is. I think it's a train station actually. Or maybe not. I don't know. But either way, we walk into the first room and you're just immediately in it and there's a scare off the rip. That's not normally how those houses kind of flow. So it was kind of hard for me. And I also just timing wasn't working in the first couple weeks for me. and everything would happen in front of or behind me, or they wouldn't even be there. But now, the way that it's set up, I think that they maybe have improved the lighting a little bit more too,
Could
because you
be.
can
Could
see
be.
things. Yeah, like I think things are lit better in the back. Specifically like that last third before the explosion and everything, I didn't understand what was going on before. But now I do, and I love it. I take back everything I said. But this is why we do these rankings whenever we do episodes, because things really do change.
Yep. Because where'd you have it week 1?
Week 1, it was 8.
Yep. And now it is surged to number 3. And it feels like potentially if they keep firing, it could keep surging. Maybe.
Mhm. Yeah, I could see.
I don't think it could surge to number 1 for you, but maybe number 2.
No, that goes without saying. I feel like I don't even need to say that anything will pass 1 because it's not going to. But I think that my 2 and 3, because I mean, I know, I assume yours, it's up there too for you as well. They're gonna kind of go back and forth now.
Mm-hmm. Fair. Well, we're going to keep talking about Hatchet and Chains because this recent kind of explosion from the cast, mind the pun,
Yeah, I like what you did there.
has seen this jolt up. It was already number 4 for me last week, but it has jumped to number 2 now. I think the cast is really feeling their roles and getting the timing down. And when this house is fully staffed, holy shit. Like, A, it gets the story across. It has a lot of fun moments, but B, fucking scare design is phenomenal. Like, such good stuff. When you turn the corner into the graveyard and you meet the Undertaker, fucking how many scares can you get hit with there?
Oh my god, it's so
4 in
great.
one corner, right?
I can't.
Five
I
technically? Yeah.
I pushed B out of the way
Crazy.
yesterday.
Crazy. And that Undertaker gets in your fucking grill.
Mm-hmm. And it's stinky in there.
Oh, the smell. Ugh. And then I've done this house, I don't know, it's probably 15-ish times at this point, to be honest. Um, and it can still be like fully disorienting and a little confusing on where you are when it hits you with like a big like fog puff and it's dark and there's lights flashing. You can kind of get lost in this house even if you've done it a million times. It's crazy. The set design is beautiful. I like the story a lot. I like the character design. I mean, there's. I considered putting it number 1. I'm not gonna lie, but I think number 1 is still holding on. I can't let 1 week really change my number 1 for 4 weeks now. But if Hatchet and Chains keeps this up, it could very well be my number 1.
Yeah, I feel bad for saying I would have taken any other movie from Slaughter Cinema now.
As you should.
I still want mummy strippers.
I mean, I want that too.
Ah,
Maybe that should be our club horror.
I was just about to say that. That should have been
Boom.
Club Horror.
Next year. Next year.
Yeah, bring it back for an anniversary. Ooh. What if they're all never okay, we're not doing that. My number 2 is Galkin, which was also my number 2 last week. When I did it on TikTok. It is I love this house. I love this house. I love this house. I didn't think I was gonna love it. I think I had this at like 8 or 9 for my hype list.
Mm-hmm.
It was very low, but just the story being told, it's normally very consistent with the staffing.
Mm-hmm.
The puppetry, that final creature that we walk into the belly of Galkin, like, is one of the most impressive things. And like for me, when I think about how we've come from Clownzilla and the Sandworm to that, because it kind of it is like the same kind of essence but done better. Just I'm so proud of the team for that. It looks so good. So good. Um, I I don't even know. I'm like tripping over my words at how much I love this house. It's just beautiful. I know you're gonna say many more better things about it eventually, Duff. So I'm not gonna say too much, but I am sorry for ranking it so low in my hype list.
By eventually, you mean right now I'll talk about it as my
Yeah,
number
I know.
1. So yeah, again, I will say, I thought about putting Hatchet here because Hatchet's runs just have been a different level recently. But Galkin, while hasn't kept necessarily the same level, it has been very consistent. Like, I know what I'm getting out of Galkin when I walk into it every time. Uh, it's very simple yet beautiful set design. Um, it's not it doesn't have depth in the way that a Koleth house does, but it approaches it differently, and it really still makes you enveloped, like you are in this small village. Well, obviously opening up for certain moments throughout the house. Um, I love the creature design throughout the house. I love. Did they just call her the Beast, right? That's like the
Yes.
official name. I love seeing the different variants, which I've been catching all 4 variants at this point, basically every run.
Hmm.
I think there's a few scares in there that are so out of nowhere, and so well designed that it's like truly impressive. As someone who, like, we've talked about a lot, I just kind of desensitized to the scares now. It's one of those things where they get in my face like, oh shit, you're there? That's crazy. How'd you get there? Um, it just has so much good for it. And like you said, going into the belly of the beast, that moment, even if it's literally just a reskinned section from a formerly great house, by the way, uh, it's phenomenal. The beast itself, what a structure, what a puppet. And then inside is just intense as shit. And there's not much negative to say. I love the media integrations throughout the house, like everywhere, to show these monsters actually killing, like fully ripping people apart in some moments. And it's gory. Like they don't hold back. It is very visceral and just brutal. And I don't know if it'll hold on to number one the entire season with the way some other houses have been going, but it's definitely going to be up near the top no matter what.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you talked about the 4 versions of the beast because I didn't even notice that before it was pointed out to us. I just thought they were different creatures, but it all makes a lot more sense now.
Hmm.
Well, my number one, nobody's surprised. It will be my number one probably until we close. I mean, we know it's going to be my number one. It's the Wyatts. I love this house. It's perfect. It's aggressive. They are relentless. That double scare is one of the scariest moments this year. I've seen so many people get their shit rocked. A big change in this that I don't think was happened in week 1 was the facade. We used to have Abby and Howdy out there. Now it's just Howdy. Abby is a mannequin like the other ones, but I don't mind that change
Hmm.
because it means that she's consistently staffed in the house in the spot she's supposed to be in now. But besides that, like you can see the passion just oozing out of this house from Ramon and Mike and everybody. Apparently, I don't know. Well, you weren't there on Saturday. Apparently, on Saturday, some of the screens weren't working.
Oh, really?
My coworker went and said the production truck was like down.
Huh.
But I was there Saturday and I did the house twice and it didn't happen for me. So I hope that nobody has that run. And if you do, get back in line and do it again because you should get a full run of that. But it's a perfect house for me. I don't know if Bo has seen it yet in person, but I can't wait for him to see his brother's work come to life.
Hmm.
And I will lose my mind. I know Alexa Bliss was there last week filming in the house, which is really fun. The fact that WWE is like participating in this and filming stuff for their own promotion as well is really cool. But I've already said so much about this house. Y'all don't need to hear me gush about it. Go listen to week 1 if you really want to hear it. But yeah, that's my number 1.
Well, that is our updated rankings for week 4 of HHN 34. Anything surprising that either for me or for you? Like, did you surprise yourself on any rankings?
Hatchet,
Yeah, there you go.
100%.
That
Um,
surprised me. Well, I would say that would surprise me, but I saw most of your direct reactions in Hatchet, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's going way the fuck up.
yeah, no, you even said to me, and I was like, shut up. We're not talking about it right now.
I didn't think it would go to number 3, though, so that's very cool. I'm happy it did.
Me neither. But again, I've been making myself do it once, just like I did with the hype list. I do it based off my initial thought and I don't think about it again. Because
There's,
that's normally what it is.
mm-hmm. There's also someone on this podcast who is a Hatchet and Chains hater, so there's that.
Yeah, he's going to be really mad that I'm not on his side anymore.
Yeah, right? You used to be. He'd walk out of the house and go, ha, bad.
And I would go, yeah, and then we'd like fist bump and make fun of Duff. But now
Uh-huh.
I think we're
Uh-huh.
making fun of Jonathan.
Correct.
I don't
Who's
know,
the loser now? Oh my god, he's gonna hate my list.
he's
Grave top 5, Hatchet number 2, Terrifier 6.
Yeah.
Oh man. Sorry, Jonathan. Not sorry at all, but sorry.
He's gonna listen to this tomorrow, and we're gonna get a lot of text messages.
You did what?
But no, I don't even, I don't know. I'm just surprised at how well-rounded this year is. We knew it on paper, but living it is different, and it makes me like feel warm and fuzzy. I don't know how to describe it other than that. That's how HHN 34 makes me feel.
Hmm. I will say I do have one early take that could possibly change because my all-time ranking type is weird and I have to wait a long time to fully decide. But
Mhm.
I think this has a lot of like really strong houses, like a bunch of houses, top 30 all time for me. Like that, and that's really good. But I don't know if there's a single all timer. I don't think there is. I think there's just like 4 or 5 houses that didn't go into that really, really good section, like elite but not all time level. Um, and that's a good thing. I'll take that all day. Give me a house full of that level house for sure. But it is
Yeah.
missing the all timer still.
If I look at 2 through 10, I actually agree with you.
I know you
They're
have an all timer for sure, but
right, and again, that's just a given. Like, I don't know, I feel so silly like doing number 1 at all now going forward because we all know what it's gonna be, and it's been so consistent for 4 weeks. But like 2 through 10 are all great compared to most of like houses I've seen, but like I don't think all timers
mhm,
because my 10 is like it's my 10. And then we've talked about it after this season, we'll finally get to like put Darkest Steel in that mix.
yep.
And that we both like for both of us is like I'm very curious to see where we rank that for all timers, you and
I,
I.
I mean, it's going to be in my top 5.
Well, I mean, a given, but I'm just curious like where it like finally falls for
Yeah,
both of
me
us.
too. Me too. I look forward to sitting down after the event ends and when I have some time and looking at that all-time ranking. I will say for Wyatt Six though, it's going to be like one of my highest rated IPs that's not in the all-time section
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, that cool. I will say before we wrap this up because I don't think I got to say it a lot or even at all in that first week. The amount of people that have stopped me or messaged me this year, I'm gonna get so emotional. Oh my god, and have thanked me for just like talking about the Wyatts and how they were like very like kind of holding their nose up against it, and now have just kind of like let these characters into their hearts and have an appreciation for it now like mean a lot to me. So thank you.
Mm,
Thank you for following me on this very crazy journey that I know a lot of people were not into, but I'm very proud to that this house delivered for a lot of people who weren't excited for it.
mhm. And
So thank you
sometimes
if you've stopped me.
they even direct that towards me. I'm like, no, 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 that's not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. I had her back, but no, no, do not. I had nothing to do with that.
Oh no, and I will also say Duff and Jonathan, they were along for the ride. I know when I first started talking about it, I don't think you guys were fully there, but you got in the car,
We
and
got
I
there. We
appreciate that.
hopped in.
Exactly.
I got in the
So
even the passenger seat. I was riding.
I will say, yeah, I will say, I thought Jonathan would be there, but it was you, and I appreciate that. So even more so than like how much this house means to me, it's all of you guys who have like told me how much it means to you now, and because of listening to the show or listening to me ramble, like this year, and that is also why I think the Wyatts are just so high for me.
Mhm.
It's just more than just the house; it's you guys and everything else. So thank you.
I don't want to spoil future appearances for Jonathan, but I don't know how much he's going to make podcast episodes during the season, so I'll bring it up now. He fucking loves this house, by the
Yeah.
way. Loves this house. So I won't say where he has it ranked because I think I know, but yeah, big believer. Big believer.
Mhm. We're all fireflies now.
Yeah, we are. Not the ugly one. Great design, but that bitch is ugly as fuck.
Oh, I love them. God, I wish I could buy a recreation of that mask.
It's so cool. It's such a cool design. I love that they did that, the original Firefly design.
It's so cool. That whole scene. Oh, okay. All right. We should wrap this up. I could talk about why it's for the next 10 years, and I
All right.
can on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
show.
So that is it for week 4. We don't know exactly when we'll be back for another podcast episode. Maybe we'll do a live stream coming up soon. I don't know. It's
Oh,
tough.
yeah.
As you know, as we get into the season, it's tough to find time to sit down and record for an hour to 2 hours and or do a live stream. But we'll be back
Yeah.
sometime.
I mean, we've been posting a lot on TikTok, on Instagram.
Yeah,
So,
our socials, we got you covered. We're posting daily at the very least on Instagram and TikTok.
mhm.
So yeah, go follow us. Again, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube at HHN365, TikTok, HHN365pod. Our Discord is still active if you want to talk about any of the HHNs around the world. That link is in the description. Our merch at HHN365.com. And if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do that at 407-906-4134. And for now, we're going to head off, but we'll see you in the streets.